Share this dream with 1,000+1. The TSAVO dream. A promise guaranteed to he who digs deep into his pockets. A life of stability, a life of independence, and a sleeper who owns. The TSAVO dream. Be, belong, become. The architect awakes, life flowing through her hands, and with a magical touch, turns paper to concrete, space to shelter, and passion to beauty. The TSAVO dream. Facades. Charming to the eye, we see our baby, royal as ever, step up from the base of the earth beyond the 7 hills of Rome, beyond the horizon, like a walk to the sky, like a toast to the sunset, like a sentinel on the watch. The TSAVO dream. And after many years, the ocean turns red, but blue remains my color, uncontested, unrivaled, untrapped, for I choose the TSAVO dream. From a piece of land, a man dares to dream, believing in a dream that many will term audacious, but generous enough to share this dream with 1,000+1. The TSAVO dream. Promise guaranteed.
You can hear?
A life of independence, and a sleeper who owns. The TSAVO dream. Be, belong, become. The architect awakes, life flowing through her hands, and with a magical touch, turns paper to concrete, space to shelter, and passion to beauty. The TSAVO dream. Facades. Charming to the eye, we see our baby, royal as ever, step up from the base of the earth beyond the 7 hills of Rome, beyond the horizon, like a walk to the sky, like a toast to the sunset, like a sentinel on the watch. The TSAVO dream. And after many years, The ocean turns red, but blue remains my color. Uncontested, unrivaled, untrapped. For I choose the TSAVO dream. From a piece of land, a man dares to dream, believing in a dream that many will term audacious, but generous enough to share this dream with 1,000+1. A promise guaranteed to he who digs deep into his pockets. A life of stability, a life of independence, and a sleeper who owns the TSAVO dream. Be, belong, become. The architect awakes, life flowing through her hands, and with a magical touch, turns paper to concrete, space to shelter, and passion to beauty. The TSAVO dream. Facades, charming to the eye, we see our baby, royal as ever, step up from the base of the earth beyond the 7 hills of Rome, beyond the horizon, like a walk to the sky, like a toast to the sunset, like a sentinel on the watch. The TSAVO dream. And after many years,
1, 2, mic check.
ocean turns red.
Awesome. Really sorry about that. I can see a lot of us have already tuned in. Really sorry about that. We are back now. Yeah, we are back now, and we've sorted out the audio issue. Thank you, Janelle, Jane Juguna, for being here. Davis as well. Munene Calvin, thank you so much for notifying us on that. Live streams, as much as we do them very often, some things just pass it. But allow me to start again. Yeah. So my name is Sam Chalo, a fire partner here at TSAVO, and also a financial independence ambassador, and we are here to preach the fire message today. And it's a very exciting week for us. Yeah. Today's topic is all about overcoming investment hurdles. Yeah. And before I get to that, this week is a very exciting week for us. Let me see who's in the building. Please drop your name. Let me know where you're watching from so that I can shout you out. Thank you, Jen. Thank you, Keith. Keith is in here. Davis Omatengo, thank you so much. Good to see you as well. So Peter Onyango, karibu sana. Yeah. Let me know where you're watching from so that I can shout you out. And like I was saying, this is a very exciting week for us. Yeah, it's a very exciting week for us, and we are turning 7. TSAVO has just turned 7. Guess when? Yeah, on Sunday, on the 31st of July, we turned 7. Yeah, it's been 7 good years. Yeah, 7 good years of blood, sweat, and tears. It's not been easy for those who've been around and watched us grow since that time. Yeah, we've really come a long way. Yeah, and that's all to the grace of God. So 7 years down the line, completing 7 projects with more than 1,600 investors. Yeah, in our pipeline, and also around 1,400 residents who live with us, and around 200 units complete. Yeah. It's not easy, and we are on the journey to enabling you and every other Kenyan out there achieve financial independence. It's not an easy journey, so to say. Yeah, and we've really tried a lot, but we celebrated this on Monday. Yeah, when we came to a session we called Wildfire. It's a council that we meet, all of us. Yeah, and we ate cake. Yeah, we ate a lot of cake and celebrated our birthday. So if you can see some photos, I don't know if the photos will be shared, but before that, I'd also like to show you a poem that one of us, our very own Savorite, wrote. Yeah, and this Savorite is a master builder. A master builder is somebody who's on site, somebody watu wa mjengo acha niwaite hivyo, yeah. But they're the people who are in charge of the site. But this is just to show that our builders, our Savorites, are more than just what they do. Yeah, they're more than just what they do. So this poem is written by Jura. He's a master builder at the project manager at the Feather Project, and it was voiced by our very own director, Ben Migwi. So please listen to this. It's about the TSAVO dream, where we began and how it's been going.
From a piece of land, a man dares to dream, believing in a dream that many will term audacious, but generous enough to share this dream with 1,000+1. The TSAVO dream, a promise guaranteed to he who digs deep into his pockets, a life of stability, a life of independence, and a sleeper who owns. The TSAVO dream. Be, belong, become. The architect awakes, life flowing through her hands, and with a magical touch, turns paper to concrete, space to shelter, and passion to beauty. The TSAVO dream. Facades, charming to the eye, we see our baby, royal as ever, step up from the base of the earth beyond the 7 hills of Rome, beyond the horizon, like a walk to the sky, like a toast to the sunset, like a sentinel on the watch. The TSAVO dream. And after many years, the ocean turns red, but blue remains my color, uncontested, unrivaled, untrapped, for I choose the TSAVO dream.
Amazing, amazing. That is the TSAVO dream, voiced by our very own Ben Migwi, written by Jura, a project manager. So at TSAVO, we believe in dreams and we are out here to achieve them through the grace of God. Yeah, so that's the TSAVO dream, and that's us celebrating 7 years. Yeah, we've just turned 7 and very, very young, but we've tried to achieve quite a lot, and a lot is in the way. We are building this thing to last. We're building this company to last, and we hope to impact even more lives and make a great impact on this world. Yeah, so allow me to see who's joined in, and thank you so much, everyone. Zubao is back. Yeah, I remember you from one of our live streams as well, from Kijabe Town. Thank you so much for joining in. Davis still here. Paul Njogu from Kenyatta Road. Thank you so much, Paul, for joining in. Georgine is also here from Munich. Awesome. We are crossing the borders here. Grace Kamau from the UK. Our people in the UK. I hope you guys have met them. Yeah, and Davis here says the TSAVO dream indeed. You guys have a great vision. Congratulations on the milestone. Thank you so much, Davis. Amazing poem, the TSAVO dream. Yes, it is an amazing poem. Thank you. House Hunting, please tell me your name so that I can address you with your real names. Kathy Muhoncha says congratulations on 7 years. Thank you so much. We are really, really happy here, and also fearful of the road ahead. Yeah, it's a huge task that we are set to accomplish, but we are here, and we will accomplish it by the grace of God. forward. Peter, thank you so much for joining in from Nyaururu. Linda says congratulations. We have Tambazam Solo from Chicago, Illinois. Thank you so much. Joyce as well from Gatundu. Thank you so much. And Linda from Morisambu. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining in. Today we are here to talk about overcoming investment hurdles. Overcoming investment hurdles. And it's quite an interesting topic. That's us celebrating 7 years, so we can get down into what brought us here today. So it's an interesting topic, and if I can give the backstory of where this began, at TSAVO we read quite a number of books. It's a culture that we've really embedded in the way we do our things here. We read a lot of books. TSAVO is actually built on quite a number of books. Mcharo says reading books is a shortcut to life, and a lot of people have done the research and taught us how to do things, so why not just follow? So there's a time I was asking Chara about some things, about a certain book we are reading called The 5 Levels of Leadership, and I asked him if this thing can be applied across all boards of life. And there's something he told me, and I can read it, and I hope you can share that post on the screen right now. He said, every bit of information you consume should always be applied across the board. And if it can't, maybe it's not worth your time. If you can't apply it across the board, it's not worth your time. Let me just repeat it again for you guys. Every bit of information you consume, every bit, be it a book, be it these videos you're watching with us right now, be it blogs that you're reading, whatever it is, every bit of information you consume should always be applied across the board. If it can't, maybe it's not worth your time. That's the poster there. So every bit of information you consume, you need to apply it across the board, and probably if it's not, you're not learning some principles here and there. So principles work across the board. And currently we are reading this book called Blue Ocean, and there's a certain chapter, chapter 7, it's all about overcoming organizational hurdles. And as I was reading it, I tried to use this lens, this paradigm of looking at the book and how it could apply in different walks of life and in different things in life. It's all about strategy and moving from the red ocean to the blue ocean. It's a whole story, but I tried to look at this chapter which talks about how you can overcome the hurdles you face while trying to implement strategy in a company from the lens of the financial life, or the financial life that we all live. And I saw that it really applies. We can really look at that chapter, and that is what I'm going to be teaching here today. So today you're going to get a 2-in-1 lesson about applying strategy in your company, in whatever you do in life, and also how you can also overcome investment hurdles through the same principles. So it is something that it can be applied across the board, so it is worth your time. It is worth your time. So And in that chapter, there were 4 hurdles. And these are the hurdles that we each face, while trying to make our investment journey, while trying to achieve financial independence, And please keep your keyboards ready. If you're watching this on your TV, please get your phone. Let me know where you're watching from. And I have some questions for you as I go on. So get your keyboards ready, get them warm, just say hi. So that we can get it started. These sessions are not engaging. These sessions are not successful if we do not engage. Remember, we are here to learn from each other. As much as I'm going to be teaching you about the hurdles you'll face on your investment journey and how to overcome them, and also in your company and whatever you're trying to do in life. So there are 4 hurdles that you will face. The first one is the cognitive hurdle. The second one is resource hurdle. The third one is the political hurdle, and the last one is the motivational hurdle. So I tried to extrapolate. So I'll explain these hurdles, how they are explained in the book, and then I'll explain them how they apply in the financial context, in your financial investment journey, and it might work for you. Let's see how this goes. So the cognitive hurdle, this is where you need a shift, where you need to make a shift. Say in the company, let me just explain how it works in the book. You're in a company and you need to you've probably hit a ceiling for quite a long time, and you need to break it and you need to move. And if you're a big company, even just more than 10 people, that's big enough, and people are comfortable with where they are at. But if you're the leader in that company, if you are a leader in whatever company, whatever business it is that you're running, it's hard to wake people up to show them that there is a need for a strategic shift. Yeah, it's really, really hard. And this is what we call the cognitive hurdle. And what the book says, how to overcome this cognitive hurdle, is through two things. Yeah, you need to go to the ground and see how things really are. It says ride the electric sewer. Yeah, and it says you need to make people aware for a shift. Yeah, and most of the time if you're in a big corporate company, probably in a church or somewhere, you need to acquire some resources or make a strategic shift, we most of the time do research. Yeah, go get numbers and come up with the Excel sheets, PowerPoint presentations, and try to present these numbers to show that we need to move into this direction. Yeah, but the book says that is conventional thinking and it won't get you there. If you want people to make, to move to get out of the cognitive hurdle and see the need for a strategic shift, what you need to do is get out of the numbers, and because the numbers lack the urgency and also the emotional impetus that being down the ground and see how things actually happen, that has a lot of emotional impact, rather than just showing them these are the numbers and this is why we need to change. Yeah, to give an example, say the book had an example of a certain police station in New York, NYPD to be precise, and for them to shift their strategy, they had to take the people on the top there, the big guns, and show them how the crime rate in New York is very, very terrible. So they took them to the streets. They took them to see how very, very unsafe the railways are, very, very unsafe the streets are, and that is what made the need for a strategic shift very, very much possible for the people up there. And how do you apply this in your investment life? Yeah, you are probably there, or say you're with a partner and you need to make that strategic shift, and probably you're watching this and you don't know why you need to start your investment journey. Yeah, and the very, very first hurdle, this hurdle is the cognitive hurdle. Yeah, and one way to do it is for you to see kwa ground vitu zikoaje. Yeah, and it's not an easy thing. Yeah, it's not an easy thing for you to see kwa ground vitu zikoaje. So, and most of us have probably started the investment journey. Some of us are here and some of us have not. Yeah, and I looked at how this could be applied, in this financial independence journey context, and how that works is for you just to see where your money goes. Yeah, just sit down one day and look at, how do I actually spend my money? Yeah, how do I actually spend my money? And there are a lot of ways to do this. I don't know how many of us here budget. Yeah, for those of us who are in here, Davis, Njambi, I can see Tara, Sheila Kinshila, Grace as well, and Nancy. Please let me know. Do you know where you spend your money? Do you budget? Yeah, it's a yes or no answer. You can also put up a poll up there to let us know and see the people who are watching here today. Do you budget? Yeah, do you budget your money? And for when I joined TSAVO, there is a thing we used to do called the fire workshop, and within the fire workshop there is a drill. We call it the fire drill, and this thing actually gets to show you where your money goes, because sometimes you don't know that you need to change your habits. You don't know that you need to start investing. Yeah, you don't know that you need to start saving until you see where you actually spend your money. Yeah, and we went to the National Bureau of Statistics and we asked them, Wakenya upeleka wapi do? Where do Kenyans take their money? Yeah, where do Kenyans take their money? And we came up with this thing called the fire drill. A link is going to be sent, and this thing, let me from the few workshops that I've attended, it's life changing. Yeah, and ideally, what the fire drill is made of is a couple of questions, and the first one is, do you know where your money goes? Yeah, and from the answers that you're getting, I can see most of us, 78% of us actually do budget. Let's get to 15 votes, yeah, and see how this one goes. do you know where your money goes? So when we went to the National Bureau of Statistics and they told us where Kenyans spend their money, they gave us 5 key categories. Yeah, we'll put them there in the comments. The first one is meals and bills. Do you know how much you spend on your meals and bills? Yeah. Do you know how much you spend on malls and bars? Do you know how much you spend on homes and cars? Yeah. Do you know how much you spend on plots and shares? These are your investments. And finally, do you know how much you spend on debt and bet? Yeah. If you haven't started the investment journey, if you haven't started saving, or you save and you find yourself off track most of the time, and you need to do this thing, this is a really, really great exercise for you to kickstart this journey. Yeah. And once you look at if your income is 100%, what percentage do you take in each of these things? Yeah, what percentage do you take in each of these things? Yeah, so you can see the votes, and let me just see how many people do budget here. 86% of us are actually budgeting. That's very, very nice. That shows that most of us know where our money goes. But I used to budget, but I never followed it. So as you budget, do you actually follow your budget? Yeah. Let me see a few comments that are here. David says, focus on the big picture, not the numbers. That's very, very true. Grace says, sometimes she budgets, sometimes she doesn't. Davis also here says, he used to budget, but stopped. What you call black tax. Black tax discouraged him. It's a really hard thing. And there's a time, I think we are going to put a whole webinar just on black tax. Simon says, budget is important in all aspects of life. That's very, very true. Yeah. And there are the poll results. 81% of us budget. That means most of us know where we need to take our money. So the link to the fire drill has been sent. Please follow it. You can do it with your people. You can do it with your partner, and just see where you each spend your money. Yeah. And after that, after knowing how much you spend on meals and bills, how much you spend on consumerism, malls and bars, do you know what percentage you spend going shopping? Yeah. Inconspicuous consumption. Yeah. Do you know how much you spend just going out with your friends every other weekend? Do you? Have you ever just sat down and looked at what amount it is? Do you even budget for it? Yeah. So that's the very, very first step, and it's usually the biggest hurdle. It's the biggest thing you can do to overcome the hurdle of starting to invest, because once you know where your money goes, you will start putting it in the right place. Yeah, you'll start putting it in the right place. So download the fire drill. It will really, really help you to get started on this journey if you haven't. Yeah, but most of us here do budget, which is a really, really nice thing. To the second hurdle from the Blue Ocean book that you will face on this journey or on the investment journey is the resource hurdle. Yeah, once you are aware that okay, I spend more money here or here, or once you are aware that you need a strategic shift. Yeah, remember, it's a book, and we are trying to apply it in the context of the financial independence journey. So the resource hurdle, you'll be faced with the stark reality of limited resources, because every time you bring in a new strategy, every time you want to do a new thing, the automatic or the subconscious reaction is that, okay, I need more money, I need more X, I need more people to get this strategy. But the book says it's not a must. You don't need more money, you don't need more people, you don't need more resources, yeah, to actually achieve this strategy that you need. And remember, in the fire drill, you'll get to set a goal. You'll get to set your financial independence number. And the financial independence number is how much do you want to be earning passively every month? Yeah? How much do you want to be earning passively every month, either when you retire or when you want to stop working for money? Yeah? Because FIRE means financial independence, retire early, for those who don't know. So yeah, you don't need a lot more money than you have right now to start investing. Yeah, just like in your company, you don't need more resources. You don't need a bigger marketing budget. Yeah, you don't need more people so that you can achieve the goals that you have right now. You can still work with what you have and achieve those goals that you want to achieve. And how does the book suggest you do this? Yeah, how does the book suggest you do this? It says you need to redistribute your resources. You need to redistribute your resources from the cold spots to the hot spots, from the cold spots to the hot spots. What are cold spots and what are hot spots? Yeah, cold spots are places where you are actually spending a lot of money right now, yeah, but they're not giving you any mileage on your financial independence journey. Like I can see Miriam says she never counts when she goes out with friends. Yeah. Probably that's a very cold spot for you. You just don't know. You just sit down one day and count. Yeah. There are those places you spend your money right now. Yeah. A lot of places you'll find out if you've done those 5 key categories: meals and bills, malls and bars, and the rest. Where is a space that you spend a lot of money and it does not give you mileage on your financial independence journey? You need to sit down with yourself and actually look and know. Yeah. That's going out that I do. Yeah. That's shopping that I do every time I go to the mall. You go and buy things that you never wanted or planned to buy. Yeah. That money, you could take it somewhere that it could actually give you some mileage on your financial independence journey. Yeah. You can put it somewhere where now the book called a hotspot. Yeah, and you need to identify your hotspots as well. What are your hotspots? Is it that you're saving? A hotspot could be you putting your money in your education. Yeah, a master's degree here, or a course, an online course here and there for some knowledge. That's investment as well. Yeah, so you need to identify your hotspots as well. In your financial independence journey, these are investments in assets that will eventually give you passive cash flow. Yeah, these are investments in assets that will eventually give you passive cash flow. So right now, let me just ask you one question. Simon, Kathy, Miriam, Davis, which ones do you think, which cold spots are in your life right now? What are your cold spots in your life right now? Davis says Uber and Bolt. For Miriam, probably it could be that going out with friends. But I'd like to know for each of us, what are the cold spots in your life? Yeah, what are the cold spots in your life? And you need to take that money somewhere in a hotspot where now once you put this money, you get some mileage in your financial independence journey. Miriam says the cold spots are school fees and family. Kathy says shoes. And a lot of ladies can relate with this. Yeah. Give me some more answers. What are the cold spots in your life? Which is the space you spend a lot of money on right now that does not give you any mileage on your financial independence journey? Yeah, thank you so much, Kathy and Miriam, for your answers. Georgine says ordering instead of cooking. Hey, you remember when we were kids, our parents used to say, kuna chakula nyumbani. Yeah, there was a reason for that. It gives them some mileage on the financial independence journey. Thank you so much, Georgine, Kathy, and Miriam, for your answers. What are the cold spots in your life? You need to look at those cold spots and redistribute those resources, yeah, to the hotspot, so that you can start your investment journey or pump it up or move faster. You don't need a higher salary, you don't need more income fast. Yeah, it will increase, it might increase, but before that happens, you need to work with what you have. And what you need to do is redistribute those resources from your cold spots to your hot spots. Sawa? That's the second hurdle people face while on the financial independence journey. And how to overcome them is to redistribute your resources from cold spots to hot spots. Thank you, Miriam, for your answer. Uber while in Kenya. That's what she says. So, the other thing, as we do this, it could be you. You could be talking about yourself, but I know the fact that you're here, we are very conscious about our financial independence journey. And another thing I'd like us to be conscious about is our friends. You probably have that one friend you know is earning crazy amounts of money, or way better than you, or earning good amount of money, but is not making the efforts, yeah, or is not putting some mileage on his financial or her financial independence journey. This is a thing that you can ask them to do. This person could even be your partner, yeah, your friend, or even your folks, yeah. If they're not putting any mileage on their financial independence journey, it's a cognitive hurdle. They don't see the need. They don't know. They don't know why they need to break that ceiling. They don't know why they need to start this journey. And the biggest place to start is that fire drill. Just sit with them down someday, download the fire drill, sit with them and just ask them, Nani, how much do you spend on meals and bills? What percentage of your salary? I don't want to know how much it is. How much do you spend on your meals and bills? 60%. How much do you spend on in malls and bars? 30%. Homes and cars, 0. Plots and shares, 0. And debt and bet, you probably get a 10%. Yeah. Just do that. Just that small exercise, and then ask them one question: what habits do they need to change, and what habits do they need to start, and what habits do they need to stop? 2 questions. Just after doing that, yeah, and you'll have impacted somebody's life greatly. Trust you me. I've been in workshops and we've done that thing, and it has impacted people's lives greatly. Yeah, and if you haven't done it yourselves, just do it, and you'll overcome this cognitive hurdle, because this thing will just show you that you're not putting your money where it can work for you. You're still working for it, because if you're not spending on investments, yeah, you will end up working for money. Warren Buffett says, if you don't find a way to annually sleep, you will work until you die. So just sit down with that person, sit down with yourself, sit down with your partner, sit down with your father, with your friends, with your brother, with your sister, whoever it is. Go with them with this. Just ask them what percentage, and then after that, just ask that question: what habits do they need to start and stop after seeing where they actually spend their money? Sawa. And then after that, you'll definitely see the cold spots and the hot spots, and you will redistribute those resources. And when you get more income, more resources, whichever it is, take most of it to your hotspots. Take most of it to your hotspot. Thank you, Jen. Jen says it's visiting beauty parlors. That's her cold spot. And Felix here says shoes and nice clothes. Yeah. So there's a lot. If you look deep, you'll still get a lot. Yeah. Felix, let me see if it's a question. Felix says, going out on my budget and spending just a little beyond what is planned for. Yeah, so those are the things. Yeah. The next hurdle here is the political hurdle. We are not in this life alone. We are in this life, just like I said, with our partners, with our friends, with our family, brothers, sisters, fathers, mothers. Davisia mentioned there's something called black tax. So once you decide, okay, my cold spots are actually this going out with friends. Yeah, my hot spots are actually putting more money on my investments. You will face political hurdles. There are some people who won't want to do that because they enjoy those nights out with you, Miriam. Yeah. They won't want you to change. They won't want you to redistribute those resources to your hotspots in places where you will get some financial independence mileage. Yeah. How do you go about this? Yeah. How do you go about this? The book says political hurdles are inevitable. In your organization, and you bring in a new strategy, that will happen. And what you need to do is leverage on your angels and silence the devils. Yeah? Leverage on your angels and silence the devil. So in your life, once you decide you want to redistribute your resources and put more money in the hotspots, there are people who will suffer. Your partner might not want that to happen. How do you go about that? Yeah? Your family might not want that to happen. So, and who are angels and who are devils? So angels are the people who stand to gain the most. Yeah? And devils are the people who stand to lose the most from you getting into this new investment habit, from you getting into this new financial independence habit. So in your life, let me ask you, who is that person? Who stands to gain the most and who stands to lose the most? Yeah? Just give me 2 answers, starting with the person who stands to gain and the person who stands to lose the most. Be it your partner, your father, not their names, just whatever relationship it is that you have. Yeah. For Jane, Felix, Miriam, thank you so much for engaging. Who is that person who stands to lose the most? And who is that person who stands to gain the most when you decide to change your habits? yeah, when you decide to redistribute your resources from cold spots, places that you don't get any financial independence mileage on, to hotspots, to places where you start gaining financial independence mileage. Who are the people who stand to lose in your life? Yeah. I've just remembered something about the cognitive hurdle, where even it relates to this political hurdle. Yeah. A friend of mine wanted to put more money in investments. Yeah, and this meant not going out or not taking the girlfriend out for dinner, yeah, or for dates or whatever it is, ever so often. But just telling her we don't want to do this, we are not going to do this anymore, we'll feel like he doesn't love the girlfriend anymore. So what this person did, he just put the girlfriend in charge of the money, yeah, and asked her to plan for the dates, yeah, plan for all the expenses, yeah, and see how much they're spending on all the different things that are there. So once she started budgeting for these monies, yeah, she saw the need, yeah. So there was the cognitive hurdle, and she stood to lose the most, yeah, when this person was about to redistribute the resources. So once she was the one in charge of the resources, she actually saw that, okay, the amount we spend here, we can actually put it on this other side. And that's how this guy overcame that hurdle of this person stands to lose the most. So please give me your answers. Who stands to lose the most? Or just give me the devils, the people who stand to lose the most from you redistributing your resources. Yeah. Miriam Davis, I'm waiting for your answers. Let me just read a few comments. Miriam says, thank you. Time to sit down with me, myself, and I. Very true. You actually need to do it and look at where the cold spots and hot spots are. Davis says, habit to start is reading financial literacy books. That's very, very true. These books, this knowledge. Chari says, if you don't have the money to invest anywhere, but if you do not have any money to invest anywhere, the Kidogo money you have to invest in knowledge. Invest in knowledge, yeah. So that's a very, very good habit to begin. Robert from London, thank you so much, Robert, for watching. Alice says, thank you so much, Alice, for joining in. Georgine here says, the person who stands to gain the most is her and the future and the future generation. Exactly, you and your kids stand to gain the most, and also your kids, yeah. Millicent says, not in a relationship, recently widowed. Sorry about that. But your family stands to gain from every your investments in your hotspots. Kathy says, the person who stands to lose is a partner. The person who stands to gain is the daughter. So you need to know who are these people, yeah, and leverage on the angels to silence the devils, yeah. If it's the daughter, in the case of Kathy, you just need to visualize or just describe how the future would look like if you actually redistribute your resources right now, yeah, because you're securing the future. And one of the biggest reasons that people invest is because of their kids, yeah. So redistribute your resources to the right place, yeah. Redistribute. Patrick Odero says, the person who stands to gain the most is himself, and lose, it's the friend. So you need to know, and you need to know how to manage, because peer pressure is it's a big thing. A lot of people in consumerism because of peer pressure, yeah. A lot of people in consumerism because of peer pressure. So that time your friends are pressuring you to buy a new car, pressuring you to go out with them, whatever it is they pressure you to do, yeah, to put resources in places which are not hotspots. You can just give them that story. Give them that story that I don't want my kids to suffer. And it's true, and you need to stand by it, yeah. So leverage on these angels to silence the devils, because if you have friends who don't care about your kids' future, are they your friends? Are they your friends? Yeah. So you need to know as you start this journey who stands to lose the most and gain the most. Miriam says, my safe stands to gain, she herself stands to gain, and friends loses. So please, yeah, and as you do this, as they lose, please ensure that they also get on the journey themselves. Don't do this alone. You also need people on this journey. Kate says, tuned in from Kilelesha. Thank you so much, Kate, for joining in. David says he will gain a lot because lack of money gives him anxiety attacks. Yeah, so please secure your future, and the only way to do it is by investing and having assets that work for you. Jen says the son gains 99.9%. Do it for them. Do it for them. Yeah, do it for your children's children. There's a meme that was sent, and it says you complained that your parents were not rich. It's your turn. It's your turn. Yeah, now do it. Yeah. Thank you, Georgine says, great session. May we have the video forwarded? Yeah, it's gonna be here on our YouTube video, so you're gonna watch it, and it's still, share it with your friends, share it with everyone. It's still gonna be on our YouTube channel. Felix says the person who stands to gain is the daughter, and the person who stands to lose is the partner. Yeah. So, and Linda, let me just read this last one here. To gain the most is the siblings, and to lose more is your pleasure. Which is tricky, but worth it for the future. True. Yeah, very, very true. So once you know that you need to start this, you have to understand who these people are, and leverage on that thing that Linda says is worth. It's worth it. Yeah, it's worth doing. So, and finally, to the final hurdle that you will face, yeah, on this journey. It's the motivational hurdle. How do you keep on? How do you ensure that you walk this journey? Because it's not easy. We all know it's not an easy journey. It's a long journey, and it's very, very hard to keep up. Yeah. How do you do this? How do you keep on doing this? Yeah. Or now with the people that stand to lose, like your partners, the people that stand to lose, like your friends, how do you ensure that they don't demotivate you? Yeah. How do you ensure that for X amount of years, because you see, when you download the fire drill, if you haven't, please you download it at the end of the session. You also get to ask yourself, how long do you need? Yeah. And our founders here at TSAVO gave themselves 15 years to achieve their financial independence number, which was 500 Gs per month passively from assets. Yeah, this is money you're not working for. You already put in, invested it in assets, and it's coming to you passively every month. Yeah. And 15 years is not easy, and that journey, looking at the people who stand to lose, looking at your pleasures, it's not an easy journey. So how do you keep yourself motivated? Yeah, how do you keep yourself motivated? And what the book says, remember, it's a strategic organizational book. You will still have devils in your organization, people who stand to lose the most from new strategies. You will still have angels, people who stand to gain the most from new strategies in the company. And people might not be motivated for quite a long time. And what the book says is, you don't need to call everyone and preach to them and say, and try to motivate them to keep on going on this journey. Try to motivate them that this new strategy will work and fire them up. What the book says is, save that energy and just pick a couple of people, pick a couple of kingpins. Yeah, kingpins. Kingpins are, you know, the bowling pins. Yeah, for those who've done bowling, they're those bowling pins, and if you strike that middle pin, it's called the kingpin. If you strike that middle pin, every other pin will fall down. Yeah, if you played it, ukigonga yuko kando, it doesn't fall down. If you hit whichever other pin, all of them won't fall down. You'll just, only that pin that you've hit is what will go down. But if you hit the kingpin, the pin that is at the front and at the middle, all other pins, it will be a strike. I think that's what it's called, yeah? It will be a strike. So for you to get a strike, yeah, on your financial independence journey, you need to focus on the kingpins, yeah? And in the financial independence journey, I think it's different in this case, because now what you need to do is you to become the kingpin. Yeah, you are the person who needs to become the kingpin. Because if you don't have people around you who are investing, if you don't have people around you who are on this financial independence journey, it will be really tough for you. So what you need to do is become the kingpin and motivate the people around you to walk this journey with you. That way it will be very easy. That way your devils will be silenced and your angels will rejoice. Yeah. So what I'm urging you to do right now is to spread the fire message. Yeah. Because that way it's going to be way easier for you, and you're going to get motivated, and you'll have people. I think this is what people call accountability partners. Yeah. You'll have people walking with you this journey, and they will really, really enjoy it. Yeah. And facing the struggles together, because it's tough. Yeah, your partner, if you're a couple, probably another couple or colleagues or friends that you're walking this journey on. So I'm asking you to be that kingpin, because remember, it's not a single person's journey. Yeah, it's a journey of a couple of people, and you cannot achieve it alone. You have to do it with other people. So be the kingpin amongst your friends, in your family. We have investors here in TSAVO who have come and started invested, and their brothers, their sisters, their cousins, their fathers and mothers are investing here at TSAVO. That way the investment journey becomes easier. Even I didn't know this will relate, but it becomes easier because they also get investment and referral discounts, which fast tracks the investment journey with us. Yeah, so that's how you will overcome the investment hurdles. Yeah, there are quite a lot. The four hurdles, just to summarize. But yeah, that's the last hurdle. Be the kingpin. If you don't have people around you who are on this journey, be the kingpin, be the person who strikes, and everyone else around there will walk this journey with you. Yeah, the last hurdle is just how you will keep yourself motivated. Just surround yourself with people who are on the journey as well. So be the kingpin, spread the fire message, and you'll all be on fire. Yeah, so allow me to summarize the four hurdles. Investment hurdles. Yeah, the first one is the cognitive, the place where you don't know you actually need to start investing. So what you need to do is just look at where your money goes. Yeah, second hurdle is the resource hurdle. Yeah, I need some more money to start investing. See, must just look at your cold spots and redistribute those resources to the hot spots. Yeah, the third hurdle is the political hurdle, where the people who stand to lose the most on that journey will topple you off. So you need to leverage on your angels, yeah, so that your devils can be silenced. And finally, the motivational hurdle. You need people around you who are on the journey with you as well. So thank you so much for joining. I can see a lot of us here joined, and a lot of comments dropping in. Thank you everyone for engaging. Jimmy Kibunja is on fire. Kate says, great investment, great vision, excellent. Thank you so much, Kate. David says, very informative session. Thank you, Sam and team. Thank you so much. It's a huge team behind here making this thing work. Felix says, he definitely has to go back and revisit this stream on our page. Great insight. Thank you so much, Felix. Kate says, this is insightful. Davis also mentioned the resource hurdle. It is assumed that the greater the shift in strategy, the greater the resources it requires for execution. I think Davis knows this book. That is what exactly the book says. So you don't need greater resources for this to work. Yeah. Miriam says some of her friends and cousins have benefited. Thank you so much. Have they benefited from you being a kingpin, from TSAVO, or yeah, from what is that? Kathy says, thank you so much. Great session as usual. Thank you so much, Kathy. And Miriam, thanks. Soon joining the family. You better be a TSAVO, right? And talking about joining the family, I have exciting news for you guys. Yeah, but before I say that, we're on the journey to 3,000 subscribers. Yeah, you see these informative sessions, we try to do them every week, so we don't want you to miss out on any of them. So please, right now, if you haven't subscribed, please go and subscribe. I'd like to see the numbers go up, because I can see we are quite a number of us watching. Let me open a certain app that will tell me if you guys are actually subscribing right now. So please subscribe. Yeah, please subscribe. We are currently at 2,600. We started this quarter at we wanting to start this journey to 3,000. So we are at 2,600. We've grown by 600. So if you haven't subscribed, yeah, I can see we are 2,603. 4-5 more people. Yeah, let's see, I'm just refreshing this screen so that I can see the number of subscribers going up. Yeah, so if you haven't subscribed, Miriam, if you haven't subscribed, bill her, please subscribe so that you can get educated on these sessions. Yeah, thank you so much for everyone who's subscribing. And for Miriam, who said they want to join the company, the family, sorry, please stick around. Musitoke, naona watu wanaanza kupungua. Hold up, I have exciting news for you. Last week we launched a very new product into the market. Let me tell you, it's uncontested. This product is one that will make you, your family, your friends start this investment journey. And you don't have any other reason to not invest in real estate, because this product now exists. Yeah, and if you haven't watched last week's webinar, you please go and watch it, because we went down into this and we looked at the reasons, the hurdles. Yeah, finally, if you're overcoming all these hurdles, the final one is usually affordability. And we try to see how can we help these people facing this hurdle. As much as we're teaching you, you probably might not be able to afford. So how do we help you start this journey? And we have been trying to embed affordability in this product that we have as TSAVO, which is Affordable Amazing Apartments. And what we came up with is magical. Yeah, there's a video, I don't know if it's ready. I'd like you guys to watch. This is the product that we have for you.
Owning your first apartment in Nairobi has never been easier. It's simple. With zero deposit and 0% interest rate, you can pay as little as 30,000 per month for up to 5 years. Just divide the price by the number of months you want to pay. Visit www.tsavo.ke to learn more. Owning your first apartment in Nairobi has never been easier. It's simple. With zero deposit and 0% interest rate, you can pay as little as 30,000 per month for up to 5 years. Just divide the price by the number of months you want to pay. Visit www.tsavo.ke to learn more. Owning your first apartment in Nairobi has never been easier. It's simple. With zero deposit and 0% interest rate, you can pay as little as 30,000 per month for up to 5 years. Just divide the price by the number of months you want to pay. Visit www.tsavo.ke to learn more. Owning your first apartment in Nairobi has never been easier. It's simple. With zero deposit and 0% interest rate, you can pay as little as 30,000 per month for up to 5 years. Just divide the price by the number of months you want to pay. Visit www.tsavo.ke to learn more.
Yeah, so that's how you can join the family now. Yeah, we've made it very, very easy for you. No deposit, no down payment. All you need to do is just divide. Just divide what? Just divide the price of this apartment by how much you can invest per month. Yeah, how much money can you put aside? How much money can you redistribute from those cold spots that you have to those hot spots? Yeah. And the list right now where you can go with is 30K, which will make you own a studio. Yeah, a studio in TSAVO within 5 years. And all you need to do is just divide. No deposit, no down payment. Just take that 30K off your kasalo, put it in TSAVO, and in 5 years, yeah, you will get to own your studio. Yeah, and probably it won't take you 5 years, because if you're on the investment journey, your income is probably going up as well. Yeah, so that's how you can join the TSAVO family. That's how you can become a TSAVOite and start investing in affordable, amazing apartments. And where can you do this? We just, as we launched this new product last week, we launched it with Royal Suburbs 4, our 4th apartment in the Royal Suburb that is coming to bring back Resambu into its old glory. That's where it is. There we have studios going for 1.8 million. We have 1 bedrooms going for 2.8 million. And all you need to do to start this journey is just divide. Forget deposits, forget down payments. Just divide that amount with the amount you can invest per month, and you'll get the number of months that will take you to get on this journey. And remember, the least amount you can start with is 30 Gs, so we'll take it further. We've really tried to get it to that place, so that is how you get to begin. Yeah, so thank you so much everyone for joining in. We are coming to the close of this, and if this is something that you can start, we are sending a Fire Partner link, which we can link you up with one of our investment consultants, and they will get to work with you on this journey. So finally, you know, we are getting into the election period. Yeah, as I come to a close, you know, we are getting into the election period, and it's really a high tension area. It's really a very tense space, and as TSAVO, all we have is one prayer. Yeah, as TSAVO, all we have is one prayer, and today I'd like us to close with that prayer. That is what I'd like us to end with. Thank you so much everyone who's joined in. Swahib, nakuona umerudi, asante sana. Thank you so much, Swahib. Davis, umesubscribe sahi. Thank you. See you next time. Godfrey and Linda, asanteni sana. So for us as TSAVO, we only have one prayer as we come into this election period, and that is what we'd like to leave you with it today. And see you next week. As much as it's election period, we still have a webinar on Wednesday. Please join in. It's going to be as informative as this as well. Yeah, so see you next week. And this is our prayer as we get into the election period.